Okay, so you ready to go on a little adventure with me today?
Always up for an adventure.
All right, excellent. The Church of Tinkerbell podcast.
Faith, imagination, the power of belief.
Love and acceptance to make the world a better place.
What would happen if we all just tried to see the world through the eyes of a child again, even for a moment?
It's a beautiful thought, isn't it?
It is.
The Church of Tinkerbell.
The Church of Tinkerbell. All right, I'm intrigued. Today, we're going to be diving into some pretty profound stuff. You know, the kind of stuff that makes you question everything you thought you knew about reality.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on a mission here to uncover some fascinating connections between the vastness of the cosmos and the inner workings of our own minds. Get ready for some serious aha moments as we explore how patterns repeat themselves at different scales. From galaxies swirling through space to the very thoughts swirling in our heads.
It's amazing how often we tend to separate ourselves from the universe.
Right.
But in reality, we're deeply embedded within it. Our very existence is a product of cosmic processes that have been unfolding for billions of years.
Yeah, it's almost like we're part of this grand cosmic dance. And to understand the dance, we need to understand the dancers. So let's start with something familiar, our home, the Milky Way galaxy. Our sun actually orbits the center of the Milky Way, taking a mind-blowing 225 to 250 million years for one complete orbit. To put that into perspective, if we could fast forward time billions of years, our entire solar system would look like a tiny speck dancing around a massive black hole.
And that black hole, Sagittarius A, plays a crucial role.
Yeah.
It's the anchor that holds our galaxy together, exerting an immense gravitational pull on everything that orbits it.
It's hard to even grasp the sheer scale and power involved. But hold on, there's more to this cosmic choreography than just our sun twirling around a black hole, right?
Absolutely. The Milky Way is part of a cosmic ballet.
Okay.
Constantly moving and interacting with other galaxies. We're part of the local group, a cluster of over 50 galaxies, including Andromeda. And guess what? We're actually on a collision course with Andromeda. Billions of years from now, the two galaxies are predicted to merge, creating one giant elliptical galaxy.
A galactic merger? That's kind of terrifying and amazing at the same time. It really puts things into perspective. But wait, this cosmic dance doesn't stop at the local group, does it?
Not even close. The local group itself is just one small part of the Virgo supercluster, which is being pulled towards something called the Great Attractor.
The Great Attractor.
So the Milky Way, our little island of stars and planets, is caught in this incredibly complex web of gravitational forces.
It's mind-boggling to think about how our galaxy is constantly moving and evolving in relation to all these massive structures.
I'm already feeling pretty insignificant just thinking about it. It makes you wonder if it's all just a matter of scale.
Yeah.
Like, are these massive galaxies swirling around each other, similar to how electrons might be zipping around an atom's nucleus?
That's a common question, and it makes sense to draw that parallel. After all, we see these patterns of orbits repeated throughout the universe. But while there's a central mass in both cases, a black hole in a galaxy and a nucleus in an atom, the forces at play are completely different.
So it's not just a case of as above, so below. Not quite. Galactic motion is governed by gravity, which attracts objects with mass.
Right.
But atomic structure is a whole other ballgame. It's ruled by electromagnetism and quantum mechanics. And quantum mechanics gets pretty weird pretty fast.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's unpack this quantum weirdness. What does it have to do with atoms?
Think back to high school science class. We used to imagine electrons orbiting the nucleus like planets around the sun, right? Nice, neat, predictable orbits. But quantum mechanics throws that whole picture out the window. Electrons don't actually follow those neat little paths. Instead, they exist in something called probability clouds, or orbitals.
Probability clouds. You're saying those tiny electrons aren't actually orbiting in a set path?
Exactly. It's more like they have a certain probability of being in a certain location at a certain time. Their position isn't fixed until it's observed. It's almost as if they exist in this fuzzy state of potentiality until someone takes a look.
Whoa, that's trippy. So it's not like a miniature solar system at all then?
Not really. Electrons behave in a fundamentally different way than planets or stars.
Yeah.
Quantum mechanics introduces this element of uncertainty and probability that doesn't exist in the classical world of gravity.
So we have these two distinct systems, galaxies ruled by gravity and atoms ruled by quantum mechanics.
Right.
Both involve some kind of orbiting, but the rules of the game are totally different. But now I'm even more curious about that text you mentioned, the one that connects these cosmic and atomic interactions to our own thought patterns.
And that's where things get really mind-bending.
Okay.
While the underlying mechanisms are different, there are some striking parallels between how these systems work and how our minds operate.
Okay, I'm ready for those aha moments. What kind of parallels are we talking about? I feel like I'm already falling down a rabbit hole here. So tell me, what kind of parallels are we talking about between the universe and our minds?
Well, let's start with this idea of orbital motion.
Okay.
We know planets orbit stars, stars orbit galaxies, and even galaxies orbit each other, in a sense.
Yeah.
But it turns out this concept of orbiting applies to our thoughts, too.
Are you saying our thoughts can get trapped in orbit? Like when you can't stop replaying that embarrassing moment from last week?
That's a perfect example. We all experience those cognitive loops.
Right.
Thoughts that seem to circle around a central idea without ever really breaking free. Rumination, where we get stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts, is a classic example.
So if a stable planetary orbit is like a productive thought pattern where your mind is moving in a positive direction, then a decaying orbit, something spiraling into a black hole, for example, would be like getting sucked into an obsessive thought pattern.
That's a great way to visualize it. And it's not just about negative thought patterns.
Right.
Positive reinforcement loops, where a good thought or experience leads to more positive thoughts and actions, can also be seen as a kind of mental orbit.
I see what you mean. It's like our thoughts have their own kind of gravitational pull, drawing in related thoughts and experiences. But what about quantum uncertainty? How does that fit into this picture of the mind?
Well, remember how we talked about electrons existing in those probability clouds?
Yeah.
Where their position isn't fixed until they're observed.
Right.
Our thoughts can be kind of like that too. They're influenced by so many factors. Our emotions, our environment, our past experiences.
Right.
Our minds are not always perfectly logical. They're fluid and constantly shifting in response to new information.
So you're saying our thoughts are like those fuzzy electrons, their final form not determined until we focus on them.
Precisely. The act of observation, that moment when we focus our attention on a thought, can be what solidifies it, much like observing an electron determines its state.
That's incredible. It's almost like our minds are a microcosm of the quantum world. But I have a feeling we've only scratched the surface here. What other cosmic connections can we make with the way our minds work?
Well, think about gravity for a moment.
Okay.
We typically think of it in terms of planets and stars, but it applies to anything with mass.
Right.
And in a sense, our thoughts have a kind of mental mass too.
Mental mass. What do you mean by that?
Some thoughts are simply more powerful than others, right? They carry more weight, more emotional charge.
Yeah.
We might even describe them as heavy thoughts. These are the thoughts that tend to attract and hold our attention, pulling in related thoughts and feelings, just like a massive star pulls in planets.
Okay, I'm starting to see the picture here. If a black hole's event horizon represents getting trapped in an obsessive thought pattern, then a stable solar system would be like a well-balanced mind where thoughts are orbiting harmoniously around a core set of beliefs and value.
Exactly. It's a beautiful analogy, and it highlights the importance of cultivating mental balance.
Right.
Just like in a stable solar system, where planets have predictable orbits, a balanced mind allows us to process our thoughts and emotions without getting pulled into chaos.
So how do we achieve that kind of mental equilibrium? Are there any cosmic insights that can guide us?
This is where the connections between the macrocosm and the microcosm become even more fascinating. Consider the cosmic web, that vast network of galaxies clustered together across the universe.
Yeah.
It's strikingly similar to the neural networks in our own brains.
So you're suggesting that galaxies are like the neurons in our brain, exchanging information and energy across vast distances.
Exactly. Galaxies exchange matter and energy through those cosmic filaments, just like neurons exchange signals through synapses.
Right.
And just as new galaxies form within the cosmic web, new ideas and connections form within our neural networks.
It's like our brains are microcosms of the universe itself.
And that's not all. We can even connect the expansion of the universe to the expansion of our own consciousness.
Wait, hold on. How do we connect something as massive as the Big Bang to our own minds?
Think of it metaphorically.
Okay.
The Big Bang represents a moment of creation,
Right.
where everything explodes outwards from a single point. While our brains obviously didn't start with a literal Big Bang,
Right.
each new experience we have, each new connection we make, can feel like a mini explosion of awareness.
So you're saying that learning new things and expanding our knowledge is like a personal Big Bang for our minds.
Exactly. As we learn and grow, our understanding of the world expands, just like the universe itself is constantly expanding and creating new space.
Okay, this is really blowing my mind. We've gone from galaxies and black holes to atoms and neurons, and now we're talking about the expansion of consciousness. It's all connected. But this raises a pretty big philosophical question.
Yeah.
If everything in the universe, from the tiniest particles to the grandest cosmic structures, is following these patterns, does that mean everything is predetermined? Are we just playing out a script that was written billions of years ago?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
And it's one that philosophers and scientists have grappled with for centuries. It's tempting to think that if the universe operates according to these fundamental laws, then our lives, our choices, even our thoughts must be preordained.
It's like we're all just cogs in a giant cosmic machine, right? Yeah. But I have a feeling it's not that simple.
You're right. It's not that simple.
Okay.
The idea of predetermination gets complicated by a few key factors.
Oh?
Firstly, there's chaos theory.
Right.
It tells us that even tiny differences in initial conditions can lead to drastically different outcomes over time.
You mean like the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
A butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil and causes a tornado in Texas?
Exactly. It means that while the universe operates according to certain laws, the sheer complexity of all those interactions makes it impossible to predict the future with perfect accuracy.
Okay.
And then there's quantum mechanics.
Right.
Which adds another layer of complexity.
Right, because those unpredictable electrons are always keeping things interesting.
Precisely. Quantum mechanics introduces an element of randomness and probability that challenges the idea of a rigidly predetermined universe. At the most fundamental level, things are not set in stone.
Okay.
There's always a degree of uncertainty.
So if it's not a deterministic clockwork universe, what is it? How do we make sense of this?
Instead of a rigid machine, think of the universe as a self-organizing system. It follows certain fundamental laws, but within those laws, there's room for incredible complexity in emergent behavior.
It's like the universe is playing jazz, riffing on a set of core principles, but always creating something new and unpredictable in the process.
That's a great way to put it. The universe is constantly evolving, adapting, and creating new structures and patterns. It's not about a fixed blueprint, but about the interplay of these fundamental forces giving rise to emergent properties like life, consciousness, and even societies.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. But where does that leave us, the inhabitants of this self-organizing universe? Do we have free will in this cosmic jazz performance, or are we just along for the ride? So we're left with this big question: if the universe is this incredible self-organizing system, where do we fit in? Do we have any real say in how our lives unfold, or are we just improvising along with the cosmic music?
That really is the ultimate mystery, isn't it? The age-old question of free will versus determinism. If everything from our thoughts to our actions is ultimately a product of physical processes governed by those same universal laws we've been discussing, does free will even exist, or is it just an illusion?
Honestly, the idea that our choices might just be the inevitable outcome of a chain of cause and effect stretching back to the Big Bang, well, it's a little unsettling, isn't it?
It can be a challenging concept to grapple with. But here's the thing. Even if we could somehow trace every thought and action back to those initial conditions of the universe, that wouldn't diminish the very real experience of being human.
Yeah, it's kind of like a symphony, right? Even if the music is composed beforehand, the musicians still have to play their parts, and the beauty of the symphony lies in how those individual parts come together.
That's a beautiful analogy. The beauty of human existence lies in the way we experience it. The joy, the sorrow, the love, the loss, it's all part of the symphony. And even if we could predict every note in advance, it wouldn't make the experience any less real or any less meaningful.
So it's not about knowing the ending, but about how we choose to play our part in the story.
Exactly. And recognizing that we are part of this vast and interconnected universe doesn't diminish our agency in a way. It actually enhances it.
I'm not sure I follow. How does seeing ourselves as part of this grand cosmic symphony actually give us more agency?
Because it shifts our perspective. Instead of feeling like isolated individuals struggling against a random and chaotic universe, we can see ourselves as participants in something much bigger, something beautiful and awe-inspiring.
So instead of feeling trapped by fate, we can choose to embrace the flow of the universe and play our part to the best of our ability.
Precisely. It's a shift from a mindset of fear and control to one of acceptance and wonder.
I like that. So how do we apply this new understanding to our everyday lives? How does recognizing these cosmic connections change the way we live and make choices?
I think it invites us to live with more intentionality. If every choice we make, every action we take is a note in this grand symphony of the universe, then we can choose to make those notes beautiful, meaningful, and resonant.
So it's not about giving up control, but about recognizing the power we have to shape the music of our lives, even if we don't know the entire composition.
That's a great way to put it. It's about finding that balance between accepting the inevitable flow of the universe and actively participating in its unfolding.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive. We've gone from the swirling galaxies of the cosmos to the intricate workings of our own minds and discovered some truly mind-bending connections along the way.
It's been a fascinating journey.
We've explored how patterns repeat themselves at different scales, from the orbits of planets and stars to the orbits of our thoughts. We've considered the mysteries of quantum mechanics and how they might even relate to the way our minds work. And we've contemplated the age-old question of free will, ultimately recognizing that even if our lives are part of a larger cosmic dance, our individual steps still matter.
What stands out to me is the realization that we are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. We are the universe experiencing itself, and that's a truly awe-inspiring thought.
I couldn't agree more. It's both humbling and empowering to think that we have a role to play in this grand unfolding story.
It certainly invites us to look at our lives and our place in the universe with a renewed sense of wonder and possibility.
A huge thank you to you for joining us on this mind-expanding journey. And to you, dear listener, thank you for diving in with us.
It's been a pleasure.
We've covered a lot of ground today, but we hope it sparked some new ideas and perspectives for you as you navigate your own journey through this incredible universe. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep. Until next time.